Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. Welcome to the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about SmackDown, July 21st, 2023. Michael Cole, Wade Barrett, Orlando, Florida. Here we come. Oh, man. This was a damn good show. I had a lot of fun, especially like Roman, Solo, Paul. They're in the building. That's how we set the tone. We got everything that's going to happen tonight with this rules of engagement between Roman and Jey Uso. It's like, the tension is there, but we started off with a banger of a match. Another one with these, the United States Championship Invitational match, this fatal four-way, Rey Mysterio versus Sheamus versus LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes. And man, I don't know why we're not pulling the trigger on LA Knight. That man is getting the hugest pops. I don't know what they're waiting for. But Rey Mysterio won this, and I was a little disappointed because I was like, LA Knight didn't win the Money in the Bank. Okay, fine. There must be another problem. Okay, let's let him build all the way to win the United States Championship against Austin Theory. That would be huge. No. Then, as soon as this match, I was like, back and forth. I'm like, come on, LA Knight, come on. But Rey Mysterio won. He's going to face Santos Escobar. I don't know, man. I was like, tell me what you think down there in the comments below. Do you think that they're waiting on purpose to do LA Knight some justice? Or are they just like flopping the ball on him because it's driving me absolutely crazy? But Austin Theory is outside this match watching on, Santos Escobar comes out, and Austin Theory, it's one of the things. Santos puts his hands on Austin Theory, and, we got some NXT stars in the house in the crowd, Wesley, Dragon Lee in the crowd, so they're definitely promoting a lot of things here. Like, hey, there's because we're in Orlando, it's just a drive away for a lot of these guys. But Austin Theory was backstage with Adams, like, hey, Santos put his hands on me, I want a match tonight, and he's like, okay, for the title. He was like, whoa. Did I say for the title? No. So, back up a little bit. Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky. Awesome. Bayley's on commentary. I love Bayley and Michaels. They go back and forth with each other. This was a really fun match. But Shotzi, video of her going crazy and scaring Bayley away, and Bayley leaves Io Sky alone, and that's how Charlotte Flair gets to win. But honestly, not really. Io put in her own with this match, man. I really did enjoy this match. I think that these two are a great pairing, and definitely Charlotte, being Charlotte, leading the match, and Io following, and it turned out to be a banger. But what happens afterwards? Asuka attacks Charlotte. It is official. Charlotte, Asuka, Bianca, SummerSlam. Oh, I realized today because I watched Rampage after this SmackDown, is that we got SummerSlam, we got the Great American Bash this weekend, SummerSlam the next weekend, then in 2 weeks, right? Yeah, 2 weeks from Sunday. Then we got all in on the 29th or something of August. Then that next weekend is All Out. So I was like, okay, well, my wallet's gonna hurt. But that's besides the point. It's just we have so many shows coming up. It's just awesome just to be a wrestling fan right now. And I've said that bazillions of times, but we really just got to be thankful that the wrestling business is booming. Dominic, after Charlotte attacks, we got a Dominic and Rhea Ripley interview. Bush interrupts. He wants a shot at that North American Championship because Dom's champion. I was waiting. I was like, when's Shawn Michaels going to come in and be like, hey, we got to take that title away from you? No, Shawn Michaels comes in. He's like, hey, let's have this. Bush versus Dominic Mysterio for that North American Championship because, I was waiting for them to take that title away from him like they did with Solo, but apparently we're not going to do that. So we have Bush and Dominic tonight. Roman's backstage with Solo, nothing said. This was so great on all the aspects of everyone in the room because they're acting off each other. Roman just looks at Solo, and he's just like, he's contemplating everything that's going on right now with his family, and then we go to the next. Damage Control is in the back of the locker room. They're about to take off. He was like, what's wrong? Bayley's like, we need to get the hell out of here, so they get the hell out of here. But man, with Roman right here, 1,055 days as our champion. That's nuts. That's nuts. Austin Theory versus Santos Escobar in a big whoa. Beating Austin Theory clean. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? But yeah, this was a banger of a match, and these two, they brought it on, and it was a good back and forth. But Santos Escobar for the win. Whoa. What does that mean for Rey versus Santos Escobar next week on SmackDown in this United States Invitational? I think Santos might go all the way. I had a feeling. I want LA Knight, but never mind. Bobby's backstage, and he meets up with Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, and I'm like, what's going on? Is this Hurt Business really coming to effect where it's going to affect all brands? Woohoo! North American Championship, Dominic Mysterio versus Butch. Okay. Rhea helps. Ridge came out, and the Pretty Deadly was there. They said, they came out, and it was a little bit of a mess, but Dominic Mysterio got the win. I didn't think Butch was going to beat Dominic. I think he's going to hold on to that championship as long as possible. I thought Wesley was going to come in from the crowd and get in his face, but no. Now, the meats and potatoes of the show. Jey Uso with Roman Reigns face-to-face for the rules of engagement. I don't know what that means, but sure. There was a contract in the middle, too, and I was like, what is the contract? Is that the contract for SummerSlam? Is that the contract for, what the rules are going to be? But Jey comes out, Roman comes out, tells him to acknowledge me and everything in Florida. But Jey has had enough, and he's told him, yo, Oos, this is tribal combat now. We're going to have a tribal combat match at SummerSlam. And Roman's like, what? Did you ask the elders? And he's like, yeah, I did. And he goes, then this was their idea. So, and after Roman signed that contract, it was so funny when Jey got it, he ripped it up. He's like, no, tribal combat. And I'm like, what's tribal combat? But afterwards, they got up. Roman showed a sign of respect to Jey. I guess that's what this tribal combat thing comes to. They shook hands head to head, and then Solo was going to attack, but Roman stopped Solo. I was like, oh, building more tension between those two, and Jey gets the super kick on Solo going out, and they all roll out of the ring. It's face-to-face, not face-to-face, but they're looking at each other as the show's about to go off air, and I was like, we did some really good storytelling there, and I'm interested in see what this tribal combat thing is. It's probably just going to be no rules or whatever, and they're probably going to add some, tribal things inside the match, what they do sometimes with these gimmick-type style matches. But it's going to be Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and do I think Jey Uso can beat Roman Reigns? This is their third match. He's been beaten twice. Are they willing to pull the trigger on Jey dethroning Roman and not Cody at SummerSlam next year? That's the big question in the matter of, is Cody more destined to be the world heavyweight champion, beating Seth Rollins for that championship at some point? Or do we bring it all the way back around? Because that's been the rumors, we're going to have Cody versus Roman at next year's WrestleMania in Philly. But he's like, what do we do? This is a big match. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns. This is what we've been building towards with this whole bloodline, Sami Zayn, so on and so forth. This is the big one. So I don't think Jay's going to get the championship. I think it's going to be one hell of a match, but Solo's going to turn on Roman at SummerSlam. I keep saying that he's going to turn at some point, but I think SummerSlam is when Solo's finally going to turn on him, or causing Roman to lose the title to Jay because Solo helped. So big SmackDown. I give it a solid 5 out of 5. Solid show from top to bottom. My favorite match of the night was the United States Championship Invitational between Rey, Sheamus, LA Knight, and Cameron Grimes. That match was badass. Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky was really good. And the best, one of the best things. Oh, Austin Theory and Santos Escobar was really great too. So, but then still Santos won. But all right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet nWp logo. And go check out Penta's music. You know, Penta X. He's got a new album coming out here soon. It's going to be a banger. That's it. That's all. I'm KMG the Sex Ninja. And remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
I said, it's tribal combat now.